nowadays you can't go up to someone, like you can't go up to a kid on the street who's moving mad and being like, sorry, don't do that, help your mum pick that up, because the mum might look at you being like, don't talk to my kid.
Time is money, so spend yours listening to me talk about things that are important to me and my people.
Time is money.
Okay, welcome to Maya's Minutes Minisode. I don't know what number this one is, but I'll put it in the description. So I've done a series now. That was series 8. It was a heavy one. It was all about sexual violence and sexual assault. And I really spent a lot of time thinking, should I even record this? It was really important to me that I had a really good guest, which I do and did, which is Amani, Dr. Amani. And I feel like we gave the topic the exposure it deserves, so I was really happy about that. However, as is always the case, this is a Maya's Minutes production. So the topics are not essentially clickbaity. We're not talking on series about young Philly. We're not talking about Diddy. We're not talking about Molly May. So therefore, there's going to be less instant excitement over these topics. So it's so important, if you're a Maya's Minutes stan, that you subscribe on Spotify, on YouTube now as well. I've bit the bullet, and this is why this is visually recorded too. And you really helped me push this podcast, because it's hard. It's hard out here. I promise you it's hard. And I need you guys to be the ones to be my PR team. My friend went to a talk recently that Stephen Bartlett did, and he was saying how his podcast is like the thing he's most proud of, blah blah blah. And obviously, as a fellow podcaster, I can so appreciate that as a person, but as a podcaster, no one can chat to him. And he said that he has a team of about 60 people whose only job is to work on the podcast. And it just got me thinking, like, if you gave me 60 people, mate, Maya's Minutes would be, forget worldwide, I'm talking space and the planets we haven't seen yet, you know? But it's just me for now. But it's not. It's me and you. So you guys have to be the ones to help me push this, put it in the group chats, share it on your story, put it any way you can to please help me grow this pod, because this is the hardest thing. And a stat that I will remind you, that I remind myself every day, if you have a podcast and it has lasted more than a year, you are already in the top 5%, because it is so hard to do this. Let's get into the episode. So, let me have a sip of my water, because I'm talking like a croaky croak. I wanted to talk about something I've been thinking a lot about recently, thanks to the Trevor Noah podcast, What Now? Defo check it out. Community and how we were raised. Were we raised with community or without? I've seen a change recently. My age group, I'm 28, so you can call me the 25 to 30, maybe even 25 is too young. 27 to 32 group is probably where I sit in terms of experiences that have been similar. And for me and my age group, the ethnic people especially, did not grow up with a community. Especially not the same kind of community that our parents would have grown up with. This is for a lot of reasons. If we are of that age group, chances are we might be first or second generation immigrants, or our parents are. So therefore, it's harder to have a big extended family in that kind of circumstance if there's not that many of you. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, etc. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the drop in religion. So there was a time where religion was the crux of everything. Whatever your religion was, everyone would go there to that religious space every Sunday or every whatever day, and everyone would see each other, everyone would keep in, and it would fuel you for the week from like a religious perspective and a social perspective. So that would be you patterned. I'm going to call you on Monday, I'm going to call you on Tuesday, yeah, Wednesday we got that thing. And that was just a way that everyone just, got in touch with everyone. That has gone down a lot, and especially in my era was virtually non-existent. Anyway, on this podcast, they were talking about people disciplining their kids and how nowadays you can't go up to someone, like you can't go up to a kid on the street who's moving mad and being like, sorry, don't do that. Help your mum pick that up, because the mum might look at you being like, don't talk to my kid. You know, that could be justified. I'm not here to say if that's right or wrong, but I definitely remember, you know, growing up in East London, if I was moving mad on road to my mum and an older woman or even the same age woman walked past, she would pat me up and she'd be like, don't talk to your mum like that, blah, blah, blah. And I would be like, you know, as kids get. So there was definitely that feel, but it didn't come from our actual, like, kin, if you like. Which again, I'm not saying is good or bad. So I was just thinking about what is the impact of us not having the community that our parents grew up with. And one point is, which was raised by Christiana, this woman on the Trevor Noah podcast called What Now? She said that because they were raised with community, there would be people, uncles, aunts, whoever, who are emotionally invested and have a stake in this person's outcome. Like, however this person ends up, they have a stake in it. They're seeing them and they're saying, tuck your shirt in, do this, do that, because you're being raised by the village. You're not being raised by just two people, or, you know, if you're privileged, like a nanny and whatever. It's an extended thing. So I think what we're then left with is a whole group of people, my era, who are less connected on a cultural level to their culture, religion, kin, but also more dependent and in touch with their parents. Again, not saying if it's a pro or con. So then there's just a massive misunderstanding between us and our parents, because our parents looking at us being like, you're so disrespectful, you don't care about anyone but yourself, you're this, you're that, you're very individual, because we were raised individual. We weren't raised as a community. We are here to make our parents proud and not disappoint them, and that's all we got. Whereas before it was like aunties, uncles, granddad, grandma. So yeah, I just wonder what the impacts of that is on us, other than the ones that I can see. So everyone is free to chime in here. And then the other side of it is, our parents probably did that, because there was no option, you know, family may not be in the UK, may not have access, family breakdowns, traumas, etc. But then also, it's that they actually didn't have a good experience being raised by the community. That was a lot of pressure, and that was like hella aunties in your business all the time, and you don't need that. So is it a good thing that we don't have that? I don't know, but I just know that there is definite benefits to being emotionally held by loads of people who aren't just your parents. And now we have a situation where our parents are very invested in everything that we do, and that is hard, because you don't just have, like Christiana was saying, that if a kid turned out bad or wasn't living up to the expectations everyone had of them, the parents wouldn't feel it as much, because everybody has been involved in this raising. It's not just the parents. Whereas now, if your kid isn't turning out how you want it to, where else are you looking other than yourself? Because you're the parents. The kids didn't stay with anyone else. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, as always, this is just my experience, my thoughts, my things. Tell me what you think. And please tune into everything else that you've missed. This is the first visual, so it's a massive deal. It's another thing for me to think about and do and prepare for, but I'm taking on the challenge for you guys. So please support that as well. And I will see you in the next minisode. Nice to be back.